Hey there, how's it going? Hope you're having a nice day today, and thought I would check in with you, see how you're doing, and do a little exercise with you for a mindfulness exercise for releasing the inner critic. And I know a lot of times, I work with my clients in a lot of different ways on helping to resolve internal conflict, and oftentimes it's done through the internal voices, things that we're saying to ourselves. And today I thought I would do it a little bit differently. I thought I would work on helping you to release an internal critic that's lodged sort of in your body or residing in your body. So we're going to work with it a little bit differently today. We're going to work with it through the body, okay? So we often have voices with the internal critic, and we often make mental pictures with the internal critic. And then also there's something happening with our body that lets us know that we're not fully in flow with our bodies. So for example, there could be like if you can see me right now, sort of like a tightening in, holding in. There could be a hunching over. There can be a clenching of the fist, clenching of the jaw, tightening of the stomach. A lot of times we get digestive problems because of these holding patterns. And so I thought it would be kind of a fun exercise to play with, working with just softening up and releasing that internal critic through the body, okay? So it's going to be a quick exercise. It'll only take us about 5 minutes, but obviously you want to make sure that you are not driving your car. I don't know why you'd be watching a Facebook live video driving your car, but also make sure you're in a place where you can relax and be comfortable for the next few minutes and really just kind of check in with your body, because it's going to be important that you're able to check in your body without distractions, okay? So setting that sort of framework, okay? Now, so what I would like for you to do is to think of a challenge that you're having currently. So something that is getting in your way of you achieving your goals, or something that is problematic in your life right now, something that you're struggling with. So think of something that you're having a little bit of a challenge with, something that you're struggling with, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to work on releasing that through our body. So you can just kind of make a little note about what that is. Just kind of jot down what that challenge is, okay? And then name it. So it'll be, you can name it, whatever. Just create a name for it so that you can kind of bookmark that, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a few minutes to get centered, and then we're going to allow this challenge to softly loosen up through our body, okay? And so get comfortable that works for you. A lot of times people like to say sitting with your feet flat on the floor, your hands on your lap, and your spine erect. And that's one way to do it. I don't like to really limit people to sitting in a certain way. So if it's more comfortable for you to lay down, or something else is more comfortable, feel free to do that. So get in a comfortable place and take a couple deep breaths. And then just have a look around your environment. We're just going to settle in by noticing what's in our experience right now, taking in the present moment. You can look around and kind of see what's going on, and pick something to look at, something that you can focus on, something that you can put your gaze on. There's that in the present moment. And we're going to turn our attention inward a little bit to the sounds that we're hearing. So notice what sounds are coming up for you. Might be a little bit of an interruption for you, but I can hear the sound of my air conditioner. It's like 105 today, so I'm not going to turn that off. So you notice the sounds around you. Maybe you hear some birds chirping. And then we're going to turn in fully to the body and what's going on for you in your body. So just fully tune into your body and just checking in We're going to do a full body scan, starting from the head to the toes. We're just going to kind of do a quick little scan, just sort of releasing from the body any unwanted energy, just releasing that out. Letting go. That felt kind of nice. Let's do that one more time. Just releasing any unwanted energy from the body. And now take it fully in and start to focus on your breathing and what's going on with your breathing. I'm going to take a few moments to focus in on the breathing because it's going to really help us to tune into our bodies so that we can do this exercise completely. Just notice your breathing. And notice as you breathe in and out, kind of what goes on in other areas of your body. In other words, how does the rest of your body expand and contract? As you expand your lungs, how does the rest of you expand? Does it expand evenly, or does it expand a little bit more on the left or a little more on the right? You're going to take notice of how your body's expanding. Now we're going to come back to that challenge and think about that challenge that you've named earlier. Go ahead and just allow that challenge to breathe into your body and allow it to exist in your body, and just notice what comes up for you. Notice where that challenge is residing in your body. Where is it? Where is that tension, disharmony, discomfort? Where is that located? Start to notice the qualities of the discomfort, the tension. Play with the edges. Where does it end? Where does the rest of you begin? Notice how it changes and shifts maybe. Just really checking in and kind of noticing all the qualities of this tension in your body, all the qualities of this discomfort, and how it shows up for you in your body. So as you think about this challenge, what goes on in your body? You're having a tightness in your jaw, you're having a tightness in the chest, clenching of the fist. How does it show up for you? And so now what we're going to do is think about what is the message that this challenge has for you? What does it want you to know? What's important? If it were to have a voice, what would the voice say? What did it say to you? And notice the qualities of how it shows up in your body and how it changes a little bit. How it morphs and how it changes as you're just allowing yourself to be present with it. And now we're going to bring in a resource, which is you as you are most like yourself. So when you think about you when you're most like you, how do you experience you when you're most like you? What comes up? What do you feel? What do you notice? What happens? We just start to notice the experience of kind of going back and forth between the you as you're most like yourself and the you, or the feeling of this area that's a challenge, kind of going back and forth. Maybe you feel a tightness in the shoulder and then a loosening, and a tightness and then a loosening. Maybe you feel a cleansing of your jaw and then a loosening. Maybe you feel tightness in your stomach and then a loosening. Now we're going to just focus on if this challenge were to release, what would that be like? What would that feel like? Just allow it to soften, allow it to release. And allow it to connect fully with the you as you are most like yourself. Allow those two to merge together as you think about and become fully the you as you are most like yourself. And you can bring in energy from outside, sort of kind of bringing in energy as a light as it comes in. You can bring energy from the sides, or you can just be in your body noticing what it's like as you're breathing and you're in this moment, as you are fully like yourself. What comes up for you when I say, who are you? When you are most like yourself, who are you? And take a moment just to allow that to soften even just a little bit more. We're going to come up with a word or phrase that transforms this challenge into something more like you. This challenge could still come up with some words that are who you are, but at the same time it feels more like you. It has a softer edge to it. It has some ease to it. It has some flow and appreciation to it. Good, and we'll take a couple last breaths to really connect with who you are when you're most like yourself. It feels good, I want to come back. So coming back into full consciousness and full awareness, and you can do that by rubbing your hands on your thighs. You can do that by rubbing your hands together, rubbing them on your back, kind of tapping your head, and then sort of looking around the room, noticing what's in your environment, maybe doing a little stretch. Sometimes a little yawn helps too, as we fully integrate that exercise, releasing that inner critic from our body. Yeah, good. So I hope that was enjoyable. And like I said, a lot of times I work with my clients releasing the inner critic through internal dialogue. And there's things that we're saying, we're very heady, we're very cognitive, we're having a lot of thoughts going on. This is one way to really connect with any discomfort. So a lot of times we're having, tension in the body that could be in the side of our stomach, or like I said, clenching of the jaw, something like that. We're not really aware of it. So it's really kind of a way for us to be more aware of what's going on in the experience of our body, right? So I hope you enjoyed that exercise. That's, like I said, that's kind of one way that I work with my clients somatically. We also work with the internal dialogue, and so the internal pictures as well. But if you enjoyed this exercise, and if you're interested in releasing more limiting beliefs, releasing critical internal dialogues, limiting beliefs, that sort of thing, feel free to send me a message and reach out, and let's connect, and let's see how I can help you to get rid of those limiting beliefs or things that are getting in your way from really getting you what you want and getting you where you want to go. So I hope you enjoyed this exercise. I hope it was fun for you, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.